Here's problem number 4 from the mock test. Now this one was a little bit of a doozy. I think a lot of people struggle with this one a little bit. So let's talk about it. It says line L passes through the points 4, -5, and -2, 0. Line M has the equation y equals -1/5 x plus 3. Which statement is true? And he gives us all these true statements, and it's sort of overwhelming. How do I know which one's true, which one's not true? They all seem a little similar. Well, let's just notice that each one of these has two things in it. Positive slope, negative slope. Negative slope, positive slope. Positive slopes, negative slopes. In other words, it's just asking us what are the sign, positive or negative, of each of these. So, couple strategies for doing this. Strategy number 1, if you're a visual person, the easiest thing to do is to simply graph these. And if you don't have a graph, you can make one really easily just by using your tick marks. And just think about it. This one, you would be going up 3 to the y-intercept. You'd be going down 1, right 5. If I just draw the line, I can clearly see, oh, that's a negative slope. So line M is negative. Okay, what about this one? Well, we can certainly graph it. Let's just graph those 2 points. -2, 0 is right here. 4, -5 is 4, -5. And I can clearly see that when I graph this one, again, think about slope, dude. From left to right, I'm going downhill. So that's also negative. So for this reason, D is the answer. Both lines have negative slopes. Now, let's say you don't want to graph it. You're not very good at graphing. You're not comfortable with graphing. And maybe you want to know how to do it without graphing. There is a way. And the easiest way, find each slope. If you look at the slope right here, it's -1/5. Since there's a negative sign right there, I already know that line M does have a negative slope. I should have already known that without graphing it. Likewise, I can find the slope of this. Remember the difference of the y's and the difference of the x's? I'm not going to sing it, but let's just try it. What's 0 minus -5? On your Chestamart, if you don't know that, you can always use a calculator, and it will tell you that that is +5. Likewise, what's -2 minus 4? Well, likewise, the calculator will tell you that's just -6. And if you think about it, 5 over -6, since it's just one negative sign, I'm going to end up with, and again, you could type this in your calculator, you're going to get some decimal, but it's going to be a negative decimal, or -5/6, which means that, again, this slope's -2, which tells you that both did have a negative slope. Line L, negative slope. Line M, negative slope. They're both negative. D is the answer.